Alright, today we're going to be starting this install with it already partially installed using the supplied nylon inserts. Now there's included detailed instructions how to install it using the nylon inserts and also step-by-step videos on YouTube, so we won't be going over that today. Basically, what you want to do is have one in each corner, hand tighten. You don't want to tighten it down all the way. You want to make sure that you can move the tray left and right. The upper right hand corner needs to clear that little raised area, so slide the tray to the left before tightening it down. And tighten all four corners. Basically what we're doing is using the nylon inserts to set the tray in the proper position to drill the pilot holes for the Rivnuts. So use a 1/8 drill bit, drill out the 7 pilot holes to get the hole started. Doc recommends using M4 Rivnuts. I went with the 632s because of the availability. My local hardware store had them. I think these are stainless. And the Rivnut gun that Harbor Freight has uses the 632s and not the M4 Rivnuts. Payfork helicopters flying overhead, ruining my install video. So this is the Rivnut gun, the threaded insert riveter kit from Harbor Freight. It's about $21. It comes with the 632s, but they kind of look cheap to me, so I got the ones from the hardware store for about 10 bucks. Now you can make your own DIY kit. You don't have to use the rivet gun. There's videos on YouTube how to do it. I don't think I used the right material because I snapped them both times. So after you get the 7 pilot holes drilled, you're gonna unscrew the 4 corners, remove the tray. For the 632 Rivnuts, it required a 1764 drill bit for the proper holes. Take out the old nylon inserts. So this gun's pretty straightforward. Just screw the threaded Rivnut onto the end. Install the Rivnut into the hole. You want to make sure that you're parallel to your tailgate. You want the Rivnut perfectly straight when it goes in, and then just back out with the knob in the rear unscrewing from the Rivnut. A little test fit, make sure it fit. So for the 632 Rivnuts, you're gonna need it's broke my drill bit. Got another drill bit. So for the 632 Rivnut, you're gonna need a 632 screw. Here I'm going to demonstrate how to do it with the DIY tool. Basically, a nut, a sleeve nut, a bolt, and 4 washers. But I snapped it. Here we have Gasket Maker. So we're going to liberally put Gasket Maker onto the Rivnut before installing it into the hole. Want a proper good seal on there. You want it to ooze out the sides. You can just wipe it clean later. This way you never have to worry about it rusting out or rotting out where you drill the holes. So I tried this DIY kit again. There's videos, like I said, on YouTube how to do this properly. I don't know what I did wrong, but I snapped them both times. So after a half hour drilling out the old Rivnut, I just ended up using the gun. It was a lot simpler. But that's something maybe Springtail Solutions might want to include with their Molle folding tray table, along with the proper Rivnuts with Gasket Maker already installed or some kind of sealant. I know certain companies that require the installation of Rivnuts include that little tool and Rivnuts that already have the Gasket Maker on it. Or maybe you can include one of those little packets like from AutoZone. I don't know if it's absolutely necessary, but just to be safe, I know this isn't really going to be in the weather too much, but we go camping a lot, we go trailing a lot. So again, you want to make sure that the Rivnut gun is parallel to the tailgate. You want it perfectly straight. You don't want to squeeze that Rivnut in there on an angle. Otherwise, your screw's going to be cockeyed. And just go around and do that to all 7 holes. This is basically a rivet gun. You're squishing down those Rivnuts into the holes. Now I use this tray for the summer using the supplied nylon inserts. It actually held up really well. We didn't beat on it, but we also weren't delicate with it either. We used it, and it held up. So again, you just want to make sure that you get all 7 holes. Let's go around, no particular order really. Now we're going to go ahead and wipe any excess gasket maker that oozed out. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the leftover nylon inserts. Alright, check the wires, make sure nothing's going to be pinching or in the way. And at this point of the installation, it would help to have a hand, someone give you a hand, but as you can see, you can do it by yourself. Just prop the tray up on your knee. So what I'm doing is installing the center screw, but installing it loosely so you can still move it around, line up the holes correctly. Now you can go ahead and install the remaining screws. Now don't send them home yet. Once you have all 7 installed, go ahead and tighten them down. Now to send them home, I'm using a Phillips head screwdriver. You don't want to send them home with the screw gun or the drill gun, because could end up stripping it out. So just has to be nice and snug. Check the power cord lines. At this point, we're going to go ahead and adjust the locking latch. You can either loosen it or tighten it, or a nice positive lock. And then once you get the latch to exactly where you want it set, go ahead and install lock washer, a 5mm nut, and I'm using a 1/4 inch deep socket to tighten it. I found throughout the summer that when the tray was in the down position, the latches tended to kind of walk out, or I found myself always adjusting them. So this problem could easily be fixed with lock washer and a 5mm nut. Check it one last time. Everything looks good. And that's it. Easy breezy. It's definitely a solid setup. Even with the nylon inserts having it installed, it's rated for 40 pounds, but I've put up to 80-pound weights on it and it's still held up. This isn't going anywhere. And that was it. This concludes the install. As long as you use the nylon inserts and the factory slots and holes to line up the tray exactly where it needs to go, use that as a template. It's pretty straightforward. As long as you have all the tools and everything right there with you, it's really an easy install. Looking forward to many years of adventures with this. Hope this helped. Thanks for watching.